I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. I got love, peace, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA.
Hello and welcome back to my channel, Fanfic Fantasy. Join us as we delve into the realms of fanfiction and fantasy, bringing you the best stories and discussions. Today, we're kicking off the final part of our series, What If Tanjiro's Awakened the Sharingan? If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more content in the future. Now, let's dive into the fanfic. Prologue, The Awakening. Tanjiro Kamado lay in his bed, drenched in sweat. His heart pounded in his chest, his mind replaying the vivid nightmares that had plagued him for weeks. Each dream was more intense than the last, filled with blood, fire, and the anguished screams of his loved ones. The moonlight filtered through the paper windows of his room, casting a soft glow on his worried face. Tanjiro sat up, trying to calm his racing thoughts. He had faced many horrors since becoming a demon slayer, but these nightmares felt different. They were more personal, more visceral, as if trying to convey a message he couldn't quite grasp. He wiped the sweat from his brow and took a deep breath, hoping to find some peace in the stillness of the night. But peace eluded him. As he gazed out at the serene landscape, a sudden, searing pain erupted in his eyes. Tanjiro cried out, clutching his face as the agony intensified. It felt as though his eyes were burning from within, the pain blinding and relentless. He stumbled out of bed, desperate for relief, and made his way to the small mirror on the wall. When he finally managed to open his eyes, he was shocked by what he saw. His once gentle brown eyes were now a deep crimson, swirling with intricate patterns that seemed to move and shift on their own. The Sharingan. Panic and confusion gripped him. He had heard of this power before, but it was a legend, a myth. How could it be real, and why was it happening to him? As Tanjiro struggled to comprehend the transformation, a soft, ethereal voice broke the silence. Tanjiro Kamado, it whispered, echoing in the quiet room. Startled, Tanjiro turned to see a ghostly figure standing in the corner, shrouded in mist. The figure was indistinct, its features hidden, but its presence was unmistakable. "Who are you?" Tanjiro asked, his voice trembling. "What's happening to me?" The figure stepped closer, its form becoming slightly clearer. "You possess a power unlike any other," it said. "A power that has been dormant within you, waiting for the right moment to awaken. The Sharingan is both a gift and a curse, a tool that can help you in your fight against the demons, but one that comes with great responsibility." Tanjiro's mind raced with questions. Why me? Why now? The figure raised a hand, gesturing toward Tanjiro's eyes. "You are part of a lineage that carries this power. It has chosen you because you have the strength and the will to wield it. Embrace it, and you will uncover your true potential. But be warned, Tanjiro Kamado, the path ahead will be fraught with challenges. You must remain steadfast and true to your heart." Before Tanjiro could respond, the figure began to fade, its form dissolving into the mist. "Wait," he called out. "How do I control this power? What am I supposed to do?" The voice echoed one last time, its tone both reassuring and ominous. "Seek out the hashira. They will guide you. Trust in your friends, and trust in yourself. The answers will come in time." And then, the figure was gone, leaving Tanjiro alone with his thoughts. He stared at his reflection, the crimson eyes staring back at him. The fear and confusion were still there, but now they were accompanied by a sense of purpose. He had been given this power for a reason, and he would not let it consume him. Determined to understand this new power and how to control it, Tanjiro resolved to seek guidance from the hashira. He knew the journey ahead would be difficult, but with the support of his friends and the strength of his own resolve, he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chapter 1, The Eyes Open. The sun was just beginning to rise as Tanjiro made his way through the dense forest. The air was crisp and cool, a stark contrast to the turmoil within him. He had been tracking a demon for days, following the faint scent of blood and decay that lingered in the air. As he moved deeper into the woods, the feeling of unease grew stronger. Suddenly, a rustle in the underbrush caught his attention. He turned just in time to see a hulking figure lunge at him, its eyes glowing with malevolence. The demon was massive, its muscles rippling under its grotesque skin. It moved with a speed that belied its size, and Tanjiro barely had time to react. As the demon's claws slashed toward him, a burning sensation surged through Tanjiro's eyes. Painful and blinding, it felt as if his entire being was set aflame. He cried out, stumbling backward, but when he opened his eyes, the world looked different. Everything was sharper, more detailed. He could see the demon's every move in slow motion, its grotesque features and malicious intent clear as day. Without thinking, Tanjiro sidestepped the attack with newfound agility, his body moving instinctively. The demon roared in frustration, its claws missing him by mere inches. Tanjiro's heart raced, adrenaline coursing through his veins. "What is this power?" he muttered, touching his eyes. In the reflection of his blade, he saw them, crimson irises with intricate, swirling patterns. The Sharingan. The demon attacked again, but this time, Tanjiro was ready. He anticipated every strike, countering with precision. As he fought, memories of his family's slaughter surfaced, fueling his rage and sorrow. His vision intensified, the Sharingan morphing into a more complex design. With a final, powerful strike, Tanjiro decapitated the demon, its body disintegrating into ash. He fell to his knees, panting heavily. The power was exhilarating but terrifying. As the adrenaline faded, he heard a voice. "Tanjiro." It was Kanao Tsuyuri running towards him. Her eyes widened as she saw his changed appearance. "Your eyes." "I don't know what happened," Tanjiro admitted, shaking. "But I can't let this power consume me. I need to understand it." Kanao helped him up, concern etched on her face. "We'll figure it out together." In the days that followed, Tanjiro trained harder than ever under the watchful eyes of the hashira. Jiyu Tomioka, the water hashira, and Shinobu Kacho, the insect hashira, took a particular interest in his progress. Chapter 2, Training with the Hashira. Jiyu's guidance. Jiyu Tomioka stood across from Tanjiro in the training yard, his expression as stern as ever. "Your Sharingan is a rare gift," he began, his voice calm and measured. "But it's also a curse. The more you use it, the more it will demand from you." Tanjiro nodded, determination etched into his features. "I understand. Please, teach me how to control it." Jiyu nodded approvingly. "Very well. We'll start with precision and reaction training. Your eyes can see everything, but you must learn to trust your instincts and sharpen your reflexes." The training was grueling. Jiyu pushed Tanjiro to his limits, engaging him in relentless sparring sessions that tested his physical and mental endurance. Each time Tanjiro activated his Sharingan, he felt the strain on his body, but he also felt his skills improve. Sparring sessions. One day, Jiyu and Tanjiro faced off in the dojo, wooden swords in hand. The room was silent except for the sound of their breathing. Jiyu's movements were fluid and precise, a testament to his years of training. Tanjiro, with his Sharingan activated, could see every nuance of Jiyu's technique. They circled each other, and then, in a blur of motion, Jiyu struck. Tanjiro blocked the attack, their swords clashing with a loud crack. Jiyu's strikes were relentless, each one aimed to exploit any weakness in Tanjiro's defense. But with the Sharingan, Tanjiro could anticipate and counter each move. "Good, Tanjiro," Jiyu said, not letting up. "Remember, the Sharingan is not just about seeing. It's about understanding." Tanjiro nodded, focusing on Jiyu's words as he parried another strike. He could feel his body moving faster, his reactions sharper. The training sessions were exhausting, but each one brought him closer to mastering the Sharingan. Shinobu's lessons. In the evenings, Shinobu Kacho took over Tanjiro's training. Unlike Jiyu, Shinobu's methods were subtle and strategic. She taught him about poisons and how to incorporate them into his fighting style, enhancing his combat versatility. "Your Sharingan can give you an advantage in battle," Shinobu explained one evening as they mixed herbs. "But understanding your enemy's weaknesses and exploiting them is equally important. Use your eyes to see beyond the obvious." Tanjiro absorbed her lessons, learning to blend his flame-breathing techniques with Shinobu's precise and deadly methods. Under her guidance, he developed new techniques that made him a formidable warrior. Training in the forest. One night, Shinobu led Tanjiro deep into the forest. The air was thick with the scent of earth and leaves, and the moon cast a pale glow over the trees. Shinobu moved with quiet grace, her steps barely making a sound. Tanjiro followed closely, his senses alert. They stopped near a small clearing, where Shinobu handed Tanjiro a vial of poison. "Tonight, you'll learn to use this," she said. "But remember, poison is a tool, not a crutch. It requires precision and understanding." Tanjiro nodded, taking the vial. Shinobu demonstrated how to coat his blade with the poison, her movements deliberate and careful. They practiced for hours, Tanjiro learning to apply the poison quickly and effectively. As the night wore on, Tanjiro felt his confidence growing. He could see the potential in combining his flame breathing with Shinobu's techniques. The Sharingan allowed him to see the effects of the poison in real time, giving him an edge in battle. The Mangekyo's awakening. One fateful night, while defending a village from a powerful demon, Tanjiro's emotions reached a peak. Memories of his fallen family surged, and with them, the Mangekyo Sharingan awakened. The battle was fierce, and Tanjiro's new abilities gave him an edge, but the cost was high. As he decapitated the demon, his vision blurred, and he fell to the ground, his eyes bleeding from the strain. Kanao rushed to his side, her face pale with worry. "Tanjiro, you can't keep doing this. It's destroying you." He smiled weakly. "I'll be fine. As long as I can protect everyone, it's worth it. Aiko's role. In the days that followed, Tanjiro sought answers. Aiko, the young girl from the village, revealed her own secret. She was a descendant of a clan who once served the original wielders of the Sharingan. She guided Tanjiro to a hidden temple where he hoped to find a solution. Chapter 3: The Demon Lord's Wrath. With the Mangekyo Sharingan now a part of him, Tanjiro faced a formidable threat. Ryuzen Kibutsuji, sensing the rising power, dispatched Upper Moon demons to eliminate Tanjiro before he could become a greater threat. Battle of the Upper Moons. The first confrontation with the Upper Moon demons was brutal. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke fought valiantly, each using their unique abilities to their fullest. The Mangekyo Sharingan's abilities allowed Tanjiro to predict and counter their attacks, but each use brought searing pain and further loss of vision. In the heat of battle, Tanjiro unleashed new techniques he had developed during his training. His movements were swift and precise, each strike calculated and deadly. But the toll on his body was immense, and he knew he couldn't sustain this level of power for long. Detailed fight scene. The battle raged through the night, the moon casting an eerie glow on the combatants. Tanjiro faced an Upper Moon demon, its eyes filled with malice. The demon moved with inhuman speed, its claws slashing through the air. Tanjiro activated his Mangekyo Sharingan, his vision sharpening. He could see the demon's every move, predicting its attacks. As the demon lunged, Tanjiro sidestepped, his sword slicing through the air. The blade connected, but the demon's tough hide absorbed most of the blow. The demon roared, retaliating with a flurry of attacks. Tanjiro parried and dodged, each movement precise and calculated. His eyes burned with the strain, but he pushed through the pain. He needed to end this quickly. Summoning his strength, Tanjiro unleashed a powerful flame-breathing technique, his blade engulfed in fire. The demon howled as the flames seared its flesh, but it continued to fight. Tanjiro pressed on, his attacks relentless. Finally, with a well-timed strike, Tanjiro decapitated the demon. Its body crumbled to ash, and he fell to his knees, panting heavily. The battle was won, but the cost was high. His vision was blurred, and his eyes throbbed with pain. The toll. After a grueling battle, the Upper Moons were defeated, but Tanjiro's condition worsened. He could barely see, relying on his other senses and the support of his friends. The strain of using the Mangekyo Sharingan was too much, and he feared he would soon be blind. Chapter 4: The Bond of Eyes. Kanao's support. Kanao became Tanjiro's anchor, helping him cope with his deteriorating vision. Their bond grew stronger, deepening into a romantic relationship that provided Tanjiro with the emotional strength he needed. Tanjiro, Kanao said one evening as they sat by a campfire, "You're not alone in this. We'll find a way to heal you." He took her hand, grateful for her unwavering support. "Thank you, Kanao. I couldn't do this without you." Zenitsu and Inosuke reacted with a mix of awe and concern. Their camaraderie provided much-needed levity and support during this challenging time. "Tanjiro, you're amazing," Zenitsu exclaimed. "But you need to take care of yourself too." Inosuke, ever blunt, added, "You can't fight if you're blind, idiot. We'll help you find a cure." A new plan. Determined to regain his full abilities, Tanjiro and Kanao set out on a quest to unlock the Rinnegan, guided by ancient scrolls and Aiko's visions. Chapter 5: Ancestral Secrets. The Temple. Their journey led them to a secluded temple, hidden deep within the mountains. The temple was ancient, its walls covered in inscriptions and symbols. As they explored, Tanjiro felt a strange sense of familiarity, as if he had been there before. Ancient Spirit. In the heart of the temple, they encountered an ancient spirit, a guardian of the Rinnegan's secrets. The spirit revealed Tanjiro's lineage, explaining that he was a descendant of the original wielders, destined to awaken the Rinnegan and bring balance. Awakening the Rinnegan. Through intense trials and meditation, Tanjiro finally awakened the Rinnegan. The process was arduous, testing his resolve and understanding of his powers. But when he emerged, his eyes had transformed into the legendary Rinnegan, imbued with godlike abilities. Chapter 6: The Path of Pain. Struggles. The immense power of the Rinnegan was both awe-inspiring and daunting. Tanjiro struggled to control it, the abilities to manipulate space, time, and life itself overwhelming him at times. But with Kanao and his friends by his side, he learned to harness his new powers. Moral dilemmas. Using the Rinnegan's powers brought moral dilemmas. Tanjiro grappled with the implications of wielding such power, questioning whether he could use it without losing himself. He sought guidance from his friends and the ancient spirit, striving to remain true to his values. Nezuko's role. Nezuko played a crucial role, her presence a reminder of why Tanjiro fought. Her unwavering support and the bond they shared helped stabilize his powers. Together, they trained, Nezuko learning to harness her own abilities to complement Tanjiro's. Chapter 7 Battle of Fates. The Siege. The Demon Slayer Corps launched a massive assault on Musen's fortress. Tanjiro, with his Rinnegan and Mangekyo Sharingan, led the charge. The battle was fierce, with heavy casualties on both sides. The fortress was a labyrinth of traps and powerful demons, each battle pushing the slayers to their limits. Clash with Upper Moons. Tanjiro and his friends faced Musen's elite forces. The Rinnegan's powers allowed Tanjiro to turn the tide, manipulating the battlefield to his advantage. Each clash was a test of strategy and strength, the outcome hanging by a thread. Detailed battle scene. The final assault on Musen's fortress was a chaotic and bloody affair. The Demon Slayer Corps fought valiantly, their swords flashing in the moonlight. Tanjiro, with his Rinnegan and Mangekyo Sharingan activated, led the charge. The fortress was heavily fortified, and the slayers faced fierce resistance. Demons of all shapes and sizes attacked from every direction, their claws and fangs bared. Tanjiro moved through the battlefield with precision, his eyes allowing him to anticipate every attack. As they reached the inner sanctum, Tanjiro and his friends faced the Upper Moons. The battle was intense, with each side giving their all. The air was thick with the scent of blood and sweat, the sounds of clashing swords and roaring demons echoing through the halls. Tanjiro faced an Upper Moon demon, its eyes burning with hatred. The demon attacked with ferocity, its claws slashing through the air. Tanjiro dodged and countered, his movements a blur. The Rinnegan allowed him to manipulate the space around him, creating barriers and teleporting short distances to evade attacks. The battle raged on, each strike bringing them closer to victory. Tanjiro's body was pushed to its limits, the strain of using his powers taking its toll. But he fought on, driven by the desire to protect his friends and end Musen's reign of terror. Kano's support. Kano fought by Tanjiro's side, their synchronized attacks a testament to their deep connection. Their love was a beacon of hope amidst the chaos, each supporting the other in moments of need. As the battle reached its climax, Tanjiro and Kano faced Musen himself. The Demon Lord was a formidable foe, his power immense. But with their combined strength and the support of their friends, they fought with everything they had. Chapter 8 The Final Confrontation. Face off with Musen. In the heart of the fortress, Tanjiro faced Musen. The battle was a brutal clash of titans, with Tanjiro using every ounce of his power. The Rinnegan and Mangekyo Sharingan gave him an edge, but Musen's strength was formidable. Detailed final battle. The final battle with Musen was a test of wills and strength. Tanjiro, his body battered and bruised, stood before the Demon Lord. Musen's eyes gleamed with malice, his aura radiating power. "You've come far, Tanjiro Kamado," Musen sneered. But this is where it ends. Tanjiro's grip tightened on his sword, his eyes blazing with determination. "I will stop you, Musen. For my family, for my friends, and for everyone you've hurt." The battle commenced with a flurry of attacks. Musen's speed and strength were overwhelming, but Tanjiro's Sharingan and Rinnegan allowed him to keep up. The fortress shook with the force of their clashes, the walls crumbling under the impact. Tanjiro unleashed a barrage of techniques, his sword glowing with flame. Musen countered with dark energy, the two forces colliding in a brilliant display. Each strike pushed Tanjiro to his limits, but he fought on, his resolve unbreakable. As the battle raged, Tanjiro's vision blurred, the strain of his powers taking its toll. He stumbled, and Musen seized the opportunity, delivering a devastating blow. Tanjiro fell to the ground, his body racked with pain. Kano cried out, rushing to his side. "Tanjiro!" But Tanjiro struggled to his feet, his eyes burning with determination. "It's not over yet," he whispered, summoning the last of his strength. In a final, desperate move, Tanjiro activated the full power of the Rinnegan and Mangekyo Sharingan. His body glowed with energy, his sword igniting in a blaze of light. With a roar, he charged at Musen, their final clash lighting up the night. The final strike. In a climactic moment, Tanjiro unleashed a devastating combination of his abilities, finally defeating Musen. The Demon Lord's reign of terror ended. But victory came at a great cost. Tanjiro was left severely weakened, his vision almost gone, and his body battered. Epilogue, dawn of a new era, healing and recovery. The battle was over, but the scars remained. Tanjiro, with Kano by his side, began the slow process of healing. The Demon Slayer Corps worked to rebuild, honoring those who had fallen and celebrating their hard-won peace. A peaceful future. As the years passed, Tanjiro and Kano's love blossomed. They led a quiet life filled with happiness and purpose, training the next generation of demon slayers and ensuring the world's safety. Tanjiro's legend grew, his story inspiring future generations to fight for justice and protect the innocent. Legacy. Tanjiro became a symbol of hope and resilience. His story was told across the land, a testament to the power of determination, love, and the will to protect. He and Kanao lived peacefully, their bond a beacon of light in a world once shrouded in darkness. Final reflection. Though the memories of battle would never fade, Tanjiro found peace in knowing he had fulfilled his promise to protect the innocent and honor his family's legacy. With Kanao and his friends, he looked forward to a future where peace and love prevailed, the world a better place because of their sacrifices and unwavering spirit. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And comment down your opinion on this video. Thanks for stopping by and I'll see you in the next one.